All right, everybody, we are back with another interview. It is Danny Pick Extra to be interviewed next.
Hello.
We have a bunch of questions for you. Now, I want to mention ahead of time that if we had a lot of repeat questions, so if all of your questions or none of your questions were asked, it was more than likely because somebody else already asked the question first. All right, so are you ready to get started?
Yep, buddy.
All right, your first question came from Paradise Decay. And he wants to know, what is wrong with your avatar's eyes in Minecraft?
As I quickly F5. Nothing. There's always something very interesting at the top right, and you guys can't see it, but it's really interesting.
Okay. Next up, the Mad Cat Shooter wants to know, have you ever found Dove in a soapless place?
These whittles. I don't even know what that means. I'm just gonna assume, yeah.
All right, there you have it. All right, next up, we have a few questions from Claire. And first off, she wants to know, how often do you play Minecraft?
I play Minecraft at least. I think it's probably once every. It's at least once a day for about 2-3 hours, because obviously we're doing recording and stuff, so naturally it has to be at least 2-3 hours every day at least.
Okay. And she also wants to know, what's your favorite game of all time?
My favorite game of all time was the first game that I ever had, and that was a game called King's Bounty for the Sega Mega Drive, which was the Genesis in the US.
Oh, okay, very cool. And her last question, and this is a tough one philosophically, hard or soft taco shells?
Ooh, that is a question. I'm gonna have to go with soft.
Okay. All right, moving on, we have Pokemon Fan 9 Scots, and his question, why is your name Extrafun?
Right. Oh God, I'm gonna answer this one. Right. The name Extrafun I randomly came up with must have been about 5-6 years ago now. Back when I was making my first RuneScape account, and I wanted to type in something. I don't know what else. I don't know what I wanted to type in, but I knew it was extra something, and literally it was taken. But one of the suggestions was Extra Fun, so I took it, and that's now my alias for all the games.
Interesting. And he also mentions your skin is awesome.
And thank you very much.
All right, moving on. We have a few questions from General 23. And his first question is, do you like using London phone boxes?
I'm sure I'd like to if I ever got the chance. I have the slight disadvantage of living on the other side of England, but I'm sure if I actually got inside one, I'm sure I'd love it, yeah.
Okay. And his other question was, have you ever met Belboz?
Yeah, again, I live in the UK, so I have not.
Okay. And this question was asked a bunch, but General was the first one. Why did you choose the skin you have?
Just the face. I knew it was epic face, and it was just a face I always found quite funny. So I figured I'd keep that, and I was actually looking on Skin Decks, and I saw one, which is practically this one. It's not this one, but it was a similar one anyway, which is practically just the epic face in a suit. So I thought, yeah, I'll go with that. And over so long, I've decided, just change it here and there, and that's why I'm stuck with the one I'm using now.
Okay. All right, next up, we have a few questions from Clay Anime Erasers Art.
Okay.
First question, what is your favorite color?
My favourite colour is teal, because it's the colour that I use in Starcraft.
Ah, okay. And actually, the other question is actually a statement. And he mentions that you are one of his favorite crew members.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Thank you very much.
All right, next up comes a question from somebody you may know, Duffman Danny.
Oh dear.
And he wants to know, how do you feel about where we live?
Um, I like where I live. I don't mind where we live. If I was given the opportunity to live somewhere else, I think there's a couple of places that I'd certainly choose above where we are now. But no, I'm proud to live in a. I'm proud to live where I live.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have questions from xweeman0621x.
Okay, Weeman.
And he asks, will your head explode if Starcraft got shut down?
Would my head explode? No. Would I have a lot more time on my hands? Probably yes.
Okay. And his next question is, are you really random in real life?
Um, Actually, I think in real life I'm just like I am when I'm recording. I'm always pretty quiet. I know I'm a lot more quiet in like IRL than I am when I'm doing recording and stuff. So I wouldn't say I was random. I'd actually say I was pretty reserved.
Okay. And xweeman also mentions that you are super cool.
Thank you very much. I'm getting a lot of compliments.
All right. Next up, a few questions from Pharaoh Yamayugi, or as we like to call him, Kama.
Kama.
First off, is if you would live on a stranded island, what two items would you have with you?
Um, no point having my PC with me because there'll be no electric. So I guess I would take both my family members. I guess it's a really safe answer, but on the spot, I can't think of anything else.
Okay. And his next question was, if you could have only one thing for the rest of your life, which would it be? Tea or Minecraft?
Oh wow. I'm gonna get all soppy with this one. I'm gonna have to say I'd keep Minecraft because I could, I could stop drinking tea, I'm sure, and it wouldn't be that much of a deal. But I don't think I could keep away from you guys, so I'd have to keep Minecraft.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Well, next up now is his question was, what is the worst game you ever played?
The worst game I've ever played. Oh, I've played a lot of bad games. I think the worst game I've ever played was a MMO. Like it's a new like MMO free to play type game called Forsaken World, and yeah, it was practically it just tried to do everything that WoW does, but it just did it really badly and just didn't. Nothing was done correct.
And his last question, how many cups of tea do you drink in one day?
Oh, I get asked this one quite a lot. I'd say about roughly 15 to 20.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not very healthy, but yeah.
All right, moving on. We have a question from our very own Seabass. And she asks, why are you so silly?
I'm silly because I've been forced to be this way because Mario obviously keeps bullying me, and he practically said if I don't be silly all the time, he's going to beat me up. So
Okay, and I do want to mention too, there was other people who asked that question, and one was Mario, but Seabass was first to the punch.
yeah.
All right, next up, Bensley Bear wants to know, what's your favorite TV show?
I don't actually watch a lot of TV. I think my favorite TV show that I watch a lot is probably Doctor Who. So I'm kind of with Giz, where I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I don't know as much as he does, but I do like to like keep on track, and yeah, I do enjoy the show.
Next up comes some questions from the Yoshi 2. And first off, he wants to know, when did you find out about Minecraft?
I found out about Minecraft about a year ago. I started playing Minecraft during the alpha, which I originally found out about Minecraft through Paul. And in case anybody doesn't, Paul Sawyer Jr. And practically, I started watching his videos, his Survive and Thrive series, and yeah, that's where I started getting interested. And yeah, I just downloaded the game from there.
Okay, and then also he wants to know, how did you join the crew?
I joined the crew about I think I joined the crew about 8, 9 months ago now, and it was just a case. It's not as if a lot of people assume that I went to a lot of thingies to like get into the crew, but I really didn't. I attended the open servers. I just tried to be nice, and I just tried to be as helpful as possible. And apparently, I got lucky enough. Lucky enough that yeah, they've said, "Hey, do you want to do some videos with us and stuff?" So yeah, I was delighted.
Okay, and the last question from the Yoshi is, which Minecraft mob do you hate / dislike the most, creepers or Endermen?
Probably creepers, because I've noticed with creepers, if you have, say, a diamond sword, as long as you rush at them, there's no way that they can actually explode. Whereas Enderman, you could end up fighting an Enderman for like 5 minutes because they don't stay still.
Okay. And next question is from MasterCat14, and he had other questions, but this was the only one that hasn't already been asked. Do you have any friends? Do you have any friends that play Minecraft besides the crew?
Yeah, I have a couple. Pretty much, it's kind of funny because pretty much all my friends play Minecraft. I wouldn't say they play it as much as I do, but I think they think it's just something that they do for fun. And yeah, so as an answer to that, yeah, all my friends play Minecraft.
Okay. All right. Next up is a question from Zero Remy Zero, and she asks, "How come you always build temples and gardens? Do you want to be peaceful? Do you want the world to be peaceful, or do you just like pretty things?"
I'd like everything to be peaceful. I wouldn't like anything to be non-peaceful, but yeah, to be for a less impressive answer, yeah, I just like pretty things.
Okay. Now, next up, we have a question from 2234535 Eve, and she asks, "Who do you think you spent the most time with throughout most of the crew videos?"
I think that's either between Mario or maybe yeah. I'm gonna have to Mario. Definitely Mario.
Okay. All right. Now we have a few questions from a user called Yuggy553. And he wants to know, first off, what is your favorite thing to do currently?
My favorite thing to do at the moment is Starcraft 2. Like I said, I spend about 3 hours. I spend about 2, 3 hours every day on Minecraft at the moment. But I remember back, I don't really do this anymore, but about a month ago, 2 months ago, I used to spend at least 6 hours a day just playing Starcraft.
Okay. Also, Yuggy wants to know, what's your favorite book?
Um, this is kind of embarrassing. I've read about 4 books in my lifetime, so the only book that I can remember is a book called Of Mice and Men by John Steinman.
Okay, well, that's a good one. All right. Next up from Yuggy, we have, what is the funniest thing that has ever happened to you or involving you?
Ooh, funniest thing that ever happened. I remember once when I don't know if this is crew related, but I'll go over crew related one. I remember when we were doing we were doing the Yogscast Olympics, and we were at, practically it was me versus Lizzie, and we were doing like a water board type thing down this like chute and everything. You've probably seen the episodes, and yeah, practically I got right to the end and I was ahead, but I shot off the actual slide so hard that I actually hit the ground and just like exploded.
And last question from Yuggy is, what's the funniest joke you know?
Oh, I can't even answer that because my humor is very, what's the word? Very dry, and the only jokes that I know of I've had are all either StarCraft related, sadly enough, or game related in some sense. So yeah, I don't really have an answer for that.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have some questions from the free Minecraft TV. And the first question is, do you have a pet smiley face?
I don't have a pet smiley face. I have a pet goldfish, if that counts. Yeah, I don't have a smiley face, but I have a goldfish, so close enough.
Okay. And the next question is, do you like My Little Pony?
Well, I think the question, I think the better question would be who doesn't like My Little Pony? Because I mean, friendship is magic. So,
Okay. Good answer. Now, next up, he wants to know, can you mimic the happy tree dance?
unfortunately, I don't even know what the Happy Tree Dance is. So, no, I can't.
Oh, you're going to have Piper and Alessia and the rest of the sisters hunting you down.
Oh dear.
All right, we better move on. All right, last question from Free Minecraft is Minecraft, Killing Floor, Terraria, or Team Fortress 2?
um, that's pretty much a two-horse race between Killing Floor and Minecraft. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Minecraft just because, well, I'm on Minecraft more than Killing Floor.
Okay. All right, next up, we have questions from Mr. Sinister Sausage, or as we like to call him, Jack. He asks you, if you could meet somebody from the crew in real life, who would you meet and why?
This is gonna sound really lazy because, well, it is, but I'd probably want to meet Danny because, like I said, the lazy answer because he lives like a mile, 2 miles away from me, so I could pretty much see him, and then I could keep seeing him. So yeah, I'd go with Danny.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have some questions from Izzy T223. And the first question, do you like rainbow puppies and yellow smiley faces?
I love rainbow puppies. I like smiley faces. Yeah, they both sound like really great things. So yeah, I love them both.
All right. And of these animals, which is your favorite? Llama, alpaca, or camel?
Um, that is three hideous animals. I'll I'll go with a camel.
Okay. And lastly, Izzy makes the comment that you are awesome.
Thank you very much.
All right. Next up, we have some questions from Rage Quit 13.
Wait.
Do you like playing Minecraft with any mods? And if so, which ones?
I've only played with two mobs. I mean, two mobs. Wow. I've only played with two mods. One was the More Creatures mod, which I did enjoy, but I think the best thing about Minecraft is the simplicity of it. So I think adding mobs, I don't know, kind of took the fun away from it for me. So I have played with a couple of mods, but I prefer the original game.
Okay. And another question, which you kind of touched on a little bit, but you might be able to give a little bit more detail, was
Mhm.
how did you first find out about the Minecraft crew?
I first found out about the Minecraft crew while I was watching some of Paul Saw's Surviving Fives, and I think I remember just visiting his channel. I actually like just subscribed to the guy at the time, and I found out that he liked some group called the Minecraft crew. So I was like, oh okay. So yeah, I clicked on those, saw episode one of Welcome, you know, first episode, and yeah, I fully enjoyed it. So I subscribed and I kept watching it since then.
Okay. Well, that worked out good for us. All right. And his last question is, why you so pro at Starcraft 2?
Um, you're being too nice to me. I'm not. I just really enjoy the game. I'm Silver League, which pretty much means I'm one step above being the worst. So, uh, yeah. But thank you for saying I am, though. That's nice.
Okay. And lastly, Rage Quit has the comment, you're our favorite, which I hope means that there's more than one person who watch videos with him.
All right, well, awesome. Thank you very much.
All right. Next up comes a question from a Turner 1161. And this is kind of a little different than the previous question that you answered a while back, but he wants to know what's your favorite game series of all time.
Favorite game series. I'm gonna go. My favorite game series is actually not StarCraft related. Surprisingly, my favorite game series is the Fable series.
Oh, okay. Very good. I like that one too. All right, next up we have a question from Dunstan86. And actually two questions. First one wants to know if you like beards.
I do like me a beard. I currently have a beard of my own, but unfortunately, I'm never going to be able to rival Dunstan's. So sad face.
And his last question is, if you had to play a survival map in Minecraft with only one member of the crew, who would it be?
Survival map. I'd probably go 4-4, and I'd probably pick Mario because I think it'd be the most humorous.
Okay. All right, next up we have some questions from Lynn, 11,999. And the first question that Lynn asks is, can I be your biggest fan?
As long as nobody objects to that, then sure you can.
Okay. Next up, Lynn wants to know if you like anime.
I do like anime. I've only watched a few, and I only have one anime that I watch like all the time that I'm a big fan of. But yeah, I do like anime. I like to watch anime now and again.
Okay. And last question from Lynn, what's your favorite shape?
Um, Square. Fits with Minecraft.
Very good. All right, next up we have a question from Zobleb. And Zobleb asks, you love to play Starcraft and are very competitive at it. If you could play any top Starcraft player, who would it be?
Obviously, if it's any top StarCraft player, I'd get dominated by all of them. But just as a case of being able to play them, probably Idra, because I think I'd probably learn the most from Idra, because he's known for his rage quits, so that'd be pretty funny.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have a question from some questions from Radisson Country Girl, and first question is: do you love turquoise-colored bears and fat yellow-striped dogs?
What? Okay. Sure. Sure, yeah, greatest.
Good answer. Also, her next question: if someone pushed you down a hill, what would you do?
Well, if they pushed me down the hill, I'd probably fall for a while, and then probably graze my knee, and then I'd probably cry and go home.
I thought you were going to say tuck and roll. And then she also asks if you remember her. She's Ramjack 3.
Yeah, I remember Ramjack.
Okay, and last question: have you ever gone crazy with TNT?
I've ever gone crazy with TNT? No, but I remember back in Alpha, I used to, just for fun, just use stuff like Infedit and stuff like that just to make stacks of 64 TNT and then just try to blow up the entire world. And fail, obviously, because I just ended up crashing. But it was worth a try.
Okay. All right, next up, we have a couple questions from Madness231. And the first question, what was the first series you did with the crew?
The first series I did with the crew was... Oh dear, that's a good one. I think the first series I did was just when me, Giz, and Mario were building these big like statue type things of Abby, Paige, and Lizzie. And yeah, I think that was probably the first thing that I was in like video wise.
Okay. And last question for Madness is: do you have any siblings?
No, I'm an only child.
Okay. All right. Our last series of questions were sent in by Cindius. And the first question was, Extrafun, what do you plan to do about Europe's debt crisis?
Oh, see, this one had set me off, but I'm trying to pick my words carefully with this one. I just let it. I would just let it do what it's doing and just hope that it goes right over time, because I'm sure that whoever's doing it right now knows a lot more than I do.
All right, and his next question is, how will that affect the global economy?
Well, the way it's going at the moment, not well, but who knows? Hopefully, things will start getting better.
Okay. And last question, and I don't know how the people come up with this stuff from Cindius. What plans do you have to combat Iran in the case of an invasion of Israel?
Okay. I don't know. Just lots and lots of soldiers. Just the more soldiers, the better.
All right. All right. Well, that is all of the questions sent in to us by the fans for you. Quite a lot. And again, if your question didn't get asked, it was probably because it was already asked by somebody else. But you know, Extra, I have a question for you now. And that is, who do you want to see interviewed next?
I want Sarah to be interviewed next.
Okay. So everybody out there, send me a private message. Make sure it's a private message. In that message, mark the subject, attention, questions for Sarah. Send me your questions. Don't post them in the comments for this video. But I want to thank Extra for taking the time to answer all these questions.
Thank you.
And of course, thanks to everybody out there for sending all of these questions in for Extra. If you have anything you want to say, Extra, here at the close, feel free
to. Just a big thanks for everybody for asking the questions, and thanks for all the kind words that I've got through that, and yeah, just thanks for watching. Thanks for watching our videos.
All right. Well, we will see you guys later.
Bye, guys.